By live, I mean the recording is going. We're live currently, but later we will no longer be live.
Also, sorry ahead of time if you hear like chair squeaking. This is my first recording in my brand new apartment.
God, it pays to be a podcaster.
Yeah. Save it for content, baby. It's all
Save
content.
it for content.
It's all content. I think only I was listening
Everything
to this
is content
streamer,
now.
because I follow I didn't like stop following streamers after the pandemic or like when it was like the height of like lockdown.
Okay.
Well, I feel
Streaming
like
was popular before the pandemic and will continue as
for
we're...
nerds and StarCraft competitive players maybe, but
Goddamn.
Guys, I don't know if you guys know, Matt used to competitively stream StarCraft or StarCraft 2.
StarCraft 2. I was a semi-pro StarCraft 2 player. That's who one of your hosts of the Tough Cup podcast is.
like,
Sorry, but to circle back to what this comment started with before we actually get into the bracket, Jake. Well, you were watching some streamers. What's the punchline?
Sorry, it was depressing, so I'll say it. I was watching some streamers and they were talking about content, and they were talking about it's so hard to be like 30 and making content because I generally don't know how to be a person, and I don't really think of my friends as friends. I think of them all as content. And
this person has a really unhealthy perspective on making content.
Yeah, that's like
no. And they said it was healthy. They talked about that too, and they said it was healthy because they're talking about it. And I'm just like, my guy, this is content.
It's
like,
probably
you are letting me listen to this right
you
now.
Are
like I felt gross. I felt I was contributing to his mental health by like not even knowing him. This parasocial relationship.
That's sick, dog.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Glad that people are getting it out there. But wow, that was a depressing thought. I thought that was going to be funny somehow. With that,
I'm a barrel of laughs.
Hello and welcome back. We're the Tough Cut Podcast. I'm Calamity, or Matthew.
I'm Alex.
See, my gamer tag is just Jewish Jakers.
Or AK Cool J or Baby Bjorn.
Baby Bjorn.
Oh. Yeah, see, mine's just Jewish Jakers, which is like my Twitter. Like I just use it for everything.
Man plugging himself. And this is episode 54 of the Tough Cut Podcast, part 1 of our Disney Channel original movies bracket.
Oh shit, new bracket.
Hell
new bracket
yeah.
Coming at you in this episode.
Oh shit, new bracket dropped?
New bracket dropped. Coming at you in this episode, we've got Smart House versus Pixel Perfect, and in the second half of the episode, we've got Halloweentown 2, Kalabar's Revenge versus Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century.
Oh, incredible.
They're all basically
fun.
the same movie.
It's like actually crazy that these are randomized brackets, because Smart House Pixel Perfect is such a perfect matchup, and I'm just very sad that it's Halloweentown 2 versus Zenon. It's like, oh,
yeah,
what incredible movies.
A finals matchup, to be sure.
Yeah. Well, we will get into it. As first, what do we do here on the show, Alex? First episode of a bracket.
The first thing we do is spoil things.
I forget.
You, Alex. Spoiler warning. We're doing a spoiler. Yeah. We spoil these movies. We're gonna spoil all of them, and we may even spoil what members of our show do. Alex, can you explain the bracket? Spoiled.
The bracket. Jake is thriving over there.
I forget that I have a job sometimes on the introduction of this podcast, and that's that I have to explain what the bracket is. And this one's pretty easy to explain. These are Disney Channel original movies, which means they are movies that premiered on the Disney Channel. They did not have theatrical releases, unless there was a weird thing going on later. I don't know if any of these movies had that, but
no, I don't think so.
So that's the bracket. Should we get into our first matchup?
Yeah.
What if we
Alex,
said
you want to
no,
go ahead?
Alex? What if we said no?
Alex, do you want to go ahead and introduce
probably
Pixel Perfect?
Sit in silence. Yeah,
45 minutes of us just...
You hear like chair creaks and a little...
Every couple minutes I'd be like, so how about now?
Nope.
And, if you said no,
I'd say it's good content.
Yeah, I can introduce Pixel Perfect. Good content, is that what you said?
Good content.
Pixel Perfect, released in 2004, is a Disney Channel original movie. It was directed by Mark A.Z. Dippy, and it follows Roscoe and Sam and their band, the Zettabytes. The Zettabytes are pretty cool and they rock, but they're not very fun to watch. So Roscoe invents an AI frontman for them named Loretta, who sings and does some like ballet dances mixed with flips. And it rocks. And they get super famous in town. They sign a record deal. The record company wants to buy Loretta when they find out that she's an AI creation. And there's like this whole thing about the morality of owning an AI person. It's pretty wild how deep this movie gets into like technology and morality and ethics. Fun fact, Jake and I took a class on basically this. I actually want to send this movie to our teacher, Jake, and Smart House too, because I think would love to show these. So I picked this movie. Well, let me preface with this. My wife was very mad that I didn't pick The Parent Trap for our last bracket. And she really loves Disney Channel original movies. So I was like, look, if it'll make you feel any better, you can pick 2 of my movies. And this was one of her picks. Wow. And I had never seen it before. I had never heard it before. But it's got some funny music and it's got some funny dancing. And I had a really good time watching it. What did you guys think?
I can go first. This movie is... Thanks, Jake. This movie is just so loaded with like a bizarre amount of different angles it tries to take. It tries to do a lot of things at once. I question how successfully it does it. But all the while,
any of them,
all the while, it's still pretty fun as a result of how wild of a movie it is. There are just so many implications. Who is the internet truck guy? Is he also a hologram? How did he get there? Who is this man?
It seems really focused on one point. It seems you really hyper focused there.
It's simply a springboard of all the possibilities that come from this movie. But I had fun.
You know what I love about Disney Channel original movies?
They just remake the same movies.
No, well, yeah, but like it's wild that they exist, and we got to experience them when we did at our age, to where they genuinely were good when we watched them.
That's why they target the kids, you see.
Yeah.
Those non-fully formed brains.
But I kind of love that we still like needlessly defend them when we're older, even if we haven't seen them before. Like I kind of love, we're like, dude, that shit movie was good. That was good.
Hell yeah.
But my favorite part about Pixel Perfect is when I looked it up to, like, you know, I was trying to Google the movie as well to do a little research, and it's a sci-fi artificial intelligence movie, is that it's labeled, and it said people also search for Smart House, which makes sense. That's really fun, and Academy Award winning film Her.
They're basically the same plot, honestly.
And they're like related searches: science fiction movies, The Time Travelers, The Terror, like Alien, like it came from outer space.
If you look up like best science fiction movies or best movies about AI, and Pixel Perfect makes it on that list,
it does.
I feel like you should reevaluate who the author is.
I should do a little checking of my sources.
Okay, but here's what I'll say. Like, in terms of movies that, like, I don't want to get into the conversation yet comparing it to Smart House, but, like, I think Pixel Perfect actually does an interesting job of, like, at least taking a stand on, like, what it means to have AI.
Tackling AI personhood is a tough topic, and a Disney Channel original movie at least tries, is crazy.
It tries, and I think it, like, it has a viewpoint, you know? Like, it comes to a conclusion, which I think a lot of movies don't. So, I don't know.
Yeah, fair point. I mean,
look, here's my thing. Again. None of these movies on the bracket for DCOM are bad, and none of them are good.
They are DCOMs. They exist in their own category.
This is the
I don't know
weight
if I agree about
that on our shoulders here.
Jake, do you want to go ahead and introduce Smart House before we get too in the weeds on if DCOMs can even be good?
It's cinema. So Smart House is a horror film.
It is.
Smart House is a horror film made in 1999 by none other than LeVar Burton, the Reading Rainbow guy, directed this shit.
True.
Yeah, and like that always blows people's mind if they really don't know about it, and like they do a cheeky little Google and they're like, "That's rad." So feel free, do a cheeky little Google right now. We'll wait. Do. All right, cool, crazy, right? Yeah. It follows like there's this kid. He tries to stop his father from dating. Like he's just like, I want to be a huge cock block.
Which is a huge it's a reoccurring theme in DCOMs for some reason.
Yeah,
anyway, sorry to
my
interrupt.
parents to date. No. I'm gonna have problems. My parents are divorced. Anyway, so the only way that this motherfucker thinks is he's gonna stop his dad from dating is by programming their computerized house to be a mother, to be a surrogate mother. And make her, hot and, wifely. Ooh, that's good. And this shit was terrifying. I love this one a lot. But it was a terrifying little movie because, the twist of her turning a little evil, it's very scary as a kid. And I was scared.
Oh no, cool house bad.
Yeah, like I was scared to live in a house, so I slept outside on the streets for 4 years. I'm kidding, that's not real. Yeah, it's pretty fucking metal. The lead
it's made
of this
wood, Jake.
No, there was metal.
There's
metal
a metal.
arms,
There's a metal version.
Metal soaky floor.
Yeah, it was a dumb joke. We can cut that out.
Sorry, can you explain the joke? Sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, can you explain? I was confused because there were parts of the house that were metal.
The siding and some of the other structural elements are made of wood. So he said that's pretty metal. So in response, I made a joke insinuating he was saying that's pretty metal, referring to the house, as in the house was made of metal when actually some of it is made of wood.
Balsa wood's the lightest commercially sold wood.
Nice.
Yeah,
balsa wood is very light. Have you guys ever played with balsa wood?
I've played with your balsa wood.
As far as what I felt about Smart House, this is a DCOM that I've seen several times, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that.
I'm quoting
it is thanks. It's pretty fun. I generally have a good time with this movie. It has some legendary scenes that are also very memorable. But it is by no means exempt from DCOM strangeness.
Yep.
Why is this boy's insistence to take on like family duties so his father won't date? And they can just like be a little happy pod is so fucking bizarre. Why would a writer include that? I don't know.
Most of these writers have just like severe issues with their childhood. Severe. And they are not, this is not a healthy way to go about it, guys.
Yeah, coping through DCOM. But it all the same. It's pretty fun. It's a DCOM.
I had never seen Smart House. And so
really?
I was incredibly surprised when the house's voice was Leela from Futurama.
I was going to mention that. Got renewed.
Fun.
Yeah, it did. What the hell was that?
I know.
But no John DiMaggio, which is a shame.
So far. They're still in talks with his contract.
So far.
But like, how do you...
I mean, it's because they don't want to give him enough money.
Yeah. Sorry, but pay John DiMaggio.
Yeah, he deserves to be paid.
I deserve to be paid.
Well, you're podcasting, so you're fine.
Yeah, literally no podcaster ever, we all make so much money from this. Infinite amounts.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, this movie, I'm trying to find a way to talk about it without just comparing it to Pixel Perfect. Because they're very, very similar.
You can just go right for it if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's the best thing. These movies are so similar. They both have...
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
These movies are so similar. They both have single dads. They both have questions of AI and morality.
They both have leads that look very similar.
Yes,
they do. I I think it's interesting comparing when these came out, because in the like early 2000s and 90s, they were like, oh, sports are cool, so our lead guy is going to play sports. And then in 2004, they were like, oh, tech is cool, so our lead guy is going to be cool with technology.
Tech genius.
Tech genius boy makes AI cool, sexy. It's interesting. It's interesting. What do you guys like?
I think that examining our two leads here is a really, or not just the characters, not the actors. Because if you put them in a lineup, I couldn't pick them out. It's a little joke because they look similar. I think both of our main characters have got some personal baggage that that doesn't really get addressed. Sort of does in Smart House with the like he's taking on motherly duties for his family, so to like be like, we don't need a mom, I can be the mom of my family. Just it's a strange character trait. But by comparison, Pixel Perfect, he codes body parts of the girl he likes into his perfect AI without like telling her, and that's just super weird, my guy.
Yeah, that's bad.
I want X% her lips. I want this girl. Like,
it's like Weird Science. Weird Science is a weird ass movie, and people love that shit.
That's true. That's true.
Just Weird Science.
Yeah. So they're two strange dudes out there living their lives.
Look, I actually have something to admit.
Okay.
Oh, go for it. Jake, I feel like I know what you're gonna say.
I think these two look different, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh God, where's this
because
going?
as my trend,
The two leads, the two boys.
No, not the boys.
Or the movies.
The other
the boys are identical.
The boys are identical. I'm talking about the AI generated mamas.
Oh well, yeah, the two AIs look different. They're different people.
Yeah.
One is an adult woman and one is a teenage girl.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I totally thought we were
one of them
about
does
the
flips
AIs.
and shit.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
I said the kids, the lead boys, they look similar.
Okay. I'm glad we're all on the same page now.
Guys, I can't tell the difference between this adult woman with dark black hair dressed in like a 50s mother outfit compared to a teenage girl with curly blonde hair doing flips. I can't tell the difference.
Look, here's the thing. I clearly already forgot about Pixel Perfect because I was just thinking
guy.
Look, Smart House did something to me as a kid as well. I'll say it.
What do you mean by that? Okay, I'm picking up what you're putting
to
down.
The AI mother.
Okay,
that's what I thought you were gonna say a minute ago.
Yeah,
with that, Jake. Do we think the movies? Do we think in Smart House that the plot would have been resolved if the kid just let his dad have sex with the house?
Here's the thing. There could be multiple in a that scene where like there's multiple of her. Dude's missing out.
They could all be having sex with the house.
Those other people are children, Alex. So you get that dirty thought out of your brain.
Jesus.
They're not children anymore.
What kind of stop proving like fucking Oedipus right? Jesus fucking Christ. That's all Disney Channel original movies are.
Oedipus complexes.
Oedipus?
This is what this conversation is just. What is happening?
Absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about DCOMs, Matt. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's
we're
fair.
talking about DCOMs as adults, and this is what.
So
happens.
can we talk about which of these movies we think deals with AI better? Because my gut makes me think it's Pixel Perfect.
On the question,
I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't think Smart House does a good job talking about AI.
I agree with that. I think that Pixel Perfect tries to like really dive into it, whereas Smart House, like 85% is robot house. Then little bit is like, AI may be bad. Don't want AI to learn wrong thing. Where I
just think it's so brave of Pixel Perfect, right? Like, this movie has no right trying to talk about the things it does. Like, the bread and butter of DCOMs is like, oh, this family dynamic is bad, or oh, I'm getting bullied at school. Like, that's what that's what DCOMs like do well, because they're like showing kids like, hey, if you don't have a perfect life, it's okay. It's normal to not have a perfect life. But Pixel Perfect goes so much further than that. Why does it go into the morality and ethics of the music industry, of AI? Like, it goes so far. It's so weird. Why does it do it?
Yeah, but Smart House has a scary, sexy mom.
You're really caught up on that sexy
Wait,
mom
you know
piece.
what? You know what's so funny in Smart House? When Pat hosts the party for Ben, and his like friends show up first, and Pat is like, "Oh, watch this! I can make the house fun." And she starts like she puts the dance group up on the wall, and then he and his 3 friends just break out into dance in this like choreographed thing, doing exactly what's on the wall. And then they
Alex,
finish, and they're like, "Okay, now we're ready to party."
I was hoping you would bring up that scene. I was hoping
Nice.
someone would. I immediately, without a second's delay, dropped a link to the Smart House dance scene in our chat.
Oh my god.
And I just want
Yeah.
everyone out there in the audience to take a quick moment and just look it up. We'll probably tweet it out so you can watch it yourself if you haven't seen this movie. The fact that his boys roll up to his house, no prior indication any of them know how to dance, any of them have like choreographed anything, and they instantly all know every move in lockstep to this song.
Yeah,
Those boys, they were ready. They were ready, man.
So
I love this scene. I think this is a perfect scene.
I want to clarify something as well. This Smart House dance scene is literally just the title of this on YouTube, and it has almost 500,000 views, so almost 500,000 views. And its title, like its description, is some cool guys dancing to a cool song. No copyright intended.
Wow. Incredible.
They gotta make sure that they cross their T's, dot their I's, kind of thing. No copyright intended. Disney.
They had to probably like hire a dance choreography for this.
And why is it included in the movie?
Oh, I'm sure.
I could not tell you, but it is.
Why does doing the dance mean they're ready to party? What is it like? What does it mean?
No, fuck you.
What
Have
is
you ever
it?
danced with your boys in a room?
Yeah. I think honestly there's about 100
videos
videos of Jake and I dancing pre-party dancing.
Yeah, pre-party dancing.
But
we showed up to your house at 7 a.m. with daiquiris and rompers on.
No, oh yeah. Oh, I remember, and we danced hard, but that was the party. Like, when you don't, like, when you show up and start dancing, and then it's a choreographed dance, and then it ends, you're not like, okay, now the party can start. When people show up and start dancing, that is the party. Like, it shouldn't have just, like, all of them stop and high five, and then they, like, go open the door to let people in.
You guys were still cleaning and prepping for the party. We were pre-party, and we felt good about it.
But when you showed up and started dancing, even though we were cleaning, that meant the party started. Like, there shouldn't
maybe
be,
the party
like,
already
high fives
started.
and like cheering after. There should but okay, in Smart House, they should not like finish the dance, high five and cheer and be like, yeah, that was great. Now let's party. Like that's not. That's
Have you
not
ever
what
been?
happens.
No,
that's
fuck
not
you, Alex. Fuck you. Have you ever been to a party
a
and
paper
not
bag
feeling like you're ready,
floating
to
in the
party?
wind?
Katy Perry, shout out, come on the podcast. But have you ever been to a party and felt like you haven't been ready at all, and then all of a sudden something happens at the party, you're like, okay, you know what? Now I'm ready to party. You could be at a party that's still going on.
Jake, the fallacy is in what you just said. You said all of a sudden you're at the party and something happens at the party. Well, from what they said, the party had not started yet. Okay. There was not a party.
Here's the one flaw in that, though. Like, imagine this circumstance. Because I was kind of with you, Alex, until we started breaking this down. Is parties happening, and you know that moment, the moment that happens when new person walks in and they're like, "Let's get this party started," even though the party has already started. You know, so party started. They're saying, "Let's like amp it up." So these boys choreograph dance, they hit it out, and then they're like, "Let's get this party started," and everyone else arrives.
Yeah, like, do they have to walks announce in the door, like,
but a new person says, "Let's get this party started," not someone who's already at the party.
I don't know, man. Don't shoot the messenger.
I think it'd be pretty funny if you were at a party, everyone's having an okay time, and then someone randomly says, "You know what? Let's get this party started," and then they do a dance.
Anyway, perfect cinema aside,
But they
there
say let's get this party started after the dance. Like it makes
don't
me
have
so
to
angry.
we're too caught up on
party.
this. We're too caught up on this. I'm gonna move us away from it. Okay, just a quick moment. One hand, Smart House dance scene, so iconic, so good. The other hand, there's a scene from Pixel Perfect I want to call out. The moment when Loretta uses the EKG machine to go inside of Samantha's brain to fix her brain.
Oh, God.
And then then takes over her body and ascends to godhood is the most fucking insane ending to a Disney Channel movie I have ever seen. That is wild.
It's so good. It's so funny. Oh my God.
The moment
God.
They just show her depressedly strumming a guitar inside of her own brain, and Loretta just heals her somehow. I don't have any idea how an AI fixes her brain, but she does.
Man,
it's like some
that's
Black
the
Mirror
power
shit,
of AI.
honestly.
That's the technology. That's the future.
That's the future. We did it. We got there. And I think that is the core conflict between these two movies here. Is Smart House is just so fun. They got that Smart House dance scene, absolutely iconic, perfect scene. And on the other side, we've got the lofty implications of you can zap AI into your brain and they might take your body over and then become God. I don't know. And that's why it's so tough for me.
That's powerful.
It's pretty fucked up, man.
Well, unfortunately, we're starting to push time.
We are. Because we spent 6 minutes fucking arguing about when does the party start.
Well, decisions have been made, and
30 minutes in of this conversation, I think we should get this party started.
Yeah.
I'm furious. I think we have spent our time on these movies, and I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready to vote.
At, I don't know, 1 million followers, Alex, Jake, and I will learn the Smart House dance scene, and we will replicate it.
Probably the next time we get drunk together in person, we'll replicate it. I don't know what you mean.
Hey, no. We're making a promise.
True.
We're making a promise.
Well, it doesn't have to be content, Matthew. Why is everything content to you? Jesus.
Because, anyway, it's time to vote, I think. And I have a feeling I know where you guys are voting. And that puts me in a tough spot. That puts me in a tough spot.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
One more thing. We started out this episode talking about a streamer struggling with everything being content. Is that not,
like Loretta,
the core conflict in Pixel Perfect with Loretta?
Ooh.
The company wants to own her, wants to make her whole thing, all of her content, but AI's more than that. And that's Pixel Perfect, baby. So that's why I am voting for Pixel Perfect.
Fuck you. The party's still starting. Smart House.
I knew we were going to be here, and somehow that didn't help. I am genuinely so mad at the two of you because I have so much to say about both of these movies, and we got stuck on the dumbass when is the party started bit for like multiple minutes.
Hey, yet again, motherfucker, who set the link? You.
It's always
you
me.
dug your own grave.
I can't keep getting away with this. Oh, God. So, in spite of it all, I think that I am going to vote for Smart House. Because as Jake said, the party is just getting started.
Yes, let's go. But genuinely, thank you so much for Pickle Perfect. Like
my notes just say I have more unaddressed things here, which is so tough. A bad position to be in because lots more I want to talk about with both of these.
I guess we don't get to talk about Pixel Perfect's incredible dancing, but
we can.
Smart House is a good movie. We could just talk about Pixel Perfect.
It's literally never
although
stopped us before.
knowing the next two movies though, knowing the other half of this matchup, of the next matchup, like there's not going to be space to talk about Pixel Perfect.
No, but
whether
like
it's Halloweentown 2 or Zenon moving on. In Smart House versus whatever moves on, there's not going to be space to talk about Pixel Perfect with whatever moves on.
That's fair.
Like there's going to be so much. Everything. It's all content, baby.
With that, jumping to the other side of this matchup, we've got Halloweentown 2 versus Zenon Girl of the 21st Century. I will go ahead and introduce Halloweentown 2, Kalabar's Revenge.
Hell yeah.
After the Cromwell witches defeated Kalabar in the first movie, spoilers, the family of witches now live in the boring regular people world where there aren't any sick-ass monsters. Suddenly, a new hot boy, Cal, who definitely is not related to Kalabar in any way, violates Merlin's code and steals the Cromwell family spellbook because in a crazy turn of events... In a crazy turn of events, Cal is actually Kalabar's son! Who could have predicted this?
What? Who would have known?
And he uses the spellbook to turn Halloweentown into a gray and dreary version of itself. And climactically, why does that sound like that's not a word? What is going on with my brain?
That's a word.
Yeah, okay. And climactically transforms thanks.
Himself into a wall.
Which is awesome. Turns the real humans into a bunch of monsters at a big Halloween party. I love the Halloweentown movies. This movie is so fun. And I feel like I got loads to talk about with this one.
Yeah, I mean Halloweentown is yeah, I'll cut in here with my thoughts. This shit slaps. This was my sister's favorite Disney like DCOM series. We always, if my sister's around and it's Halloween, we'll always watch the Halloweentowns. It's controversial. I love all of them, genuinely, but my favorite's actually where they go to high school. Because I think it came out at a time where I was also going through like puberty more. And so I was like, ooh, they're talking about crushes now, and I can talk about crushes with them. And so it's like, it hits for me. But I love Halloweentown too. Oh, who do I have a crush on? Who's the oh god, let me look up the Halloweentown.
And apologies, quick interjection while Jake looks it up. This movie was directed by Mary Lambert and released in 2001.
Yeah, go Mary.
Wow.
Nice work, Mary. Well, Jake is doing this.
I love it. I love this movie.
I actually don't really like the Halloweentowns that much.
What?
I mean, like I can watch it and have a good time, but I don't really like them. I never really had a strong connection to them. Every time I've watched them since, I like kind of just don't really want to be watching them. It's always at like a party or something where like we get back from doing something fun and then someone's like, "Oh, let's put on Halloweentown," and I'm like, "Okay."
I have never been to a single event where that happens.
It's happened to me.
What kind of events are you going to? Because I'm trying to. Yeah, also, exactly. I remember who it is.
Edgeway my way in there.
It's Natalie. It's the troll.
Who is it?
It's Alicia Rulin or whatever. It's
wow. Jake likes trolls. Wow. Jake's into trolls.
I'm into the troll toll.
I mean, who doesn't like trolls?
Y'all want to play the troll toll?
The troll toll. So Jake loves Halloweentown. Alex, not so into Halloweentown.
Why don't you like spooky things? Was it because you were scared?
No, I like spooky. No, I mean, I never really saw it as a kid. Like, I just don't have any attachment to it. And
you were scared.
I think it's just this one don't scare me. I'm a little weirded out by the wall man.
Okay, that shit was hilarious.
But
I died.
The tiny interjection I want to make funny. On the wall man. His voice is so different when he's a wall man, and his like cadence and delivery, and I don't understand why, but it's so good.
Okay,
it's
but
so
my big thing
weird, like
about
which
the
I
wall
love,
man. The wall man, like the way they did it, like his neck didn't move, and you could tell like the way they filmed it is they had to stick his head through something, and he kind of just like rolled his eyes around to look around. Like, why did they make that choice? Just because he's a brick man, like projecting, doesn't mean he can't move his neck.
Merlin's
like
code.
they must have like had a big hole in like a rubber sheet or something that he just like stuck his face into, because he like looked very bald. His like it was very weird, very funny, horrible to look at. But yeah, I don't know. The Halloween towns don't really do it for me. But it's going up against Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century, released in 1999, directed by Kenneth Johnson. The year is 2049, and Zenon Carr is a 13-year-old girl who lives in a space station orbiting Earth. She may be in 2049, but she's a girl, just like all of you teenagers. She loves the latest boy band and gets into trouble when she breaks things on the space station.
No, I just love how, like, I love how you said she's a girl, just like all you teenagers.
We've got a huge teenage demographic.
We've got a huge teenage girl demographic. We're really popular in middle school. This movie takes on capitalism when the owner of the space station is trying to break it down so that way he can get a huge tax break on the insurance. It like deals with ownership and scientific funding. Zenon like uncovers the plot, and then no one believes her, so she's sent to Earth because she gets in big trouble, and she finds out that people on Earth are still pretty much exactly the same as they were in the early 2000s, just with like different lingo.
Pretty fucking metal.
Then she goes back to space with the pop star and saves the day, and then she lets Raven Simone go dance. I'm guessing because this actress couldn't.
Or refuse to.
She's
like, don't make me dance. Don't make me dance.
I just think I had never seen this movie before. This was Marina's other pick. I just think it was so funny. The like lingo, like if something's a huge deal, saying it's like, or if it's like a small deal, to be like problem minor, or if it's like really cool, it'll be like awesome major, stuff like that. Love it. Love the future lingo. Jake, what'd you think of this one?
Yeah, I mean, have y'all watched the TV show?
What? There was a TV show?
Right.
Anyway, what about the TV show?
Well, it's just like,
well, there was Zenon the sequel and Zenon Z3.
Well, which I will talk about in a moment. Zenon almost became a TV show.
I thought it had a. Am I like crazy? I thought it had like a 1-season TV show.
I don't know, dude. I'm just trying to. It had a book series.
Oh man. Oh God. Who am I? Anyway.
Well, there were 3 movies.
Mandela effect. Yeah, maybe it was just I watched 3 movies, so like this is a series. Jesus.
Oh,
anyway.
The film was a pilot for a TV series, and they just never picked it up for a TV series.
Yeah, because it felt like it was one of those, those movies where they clearly have commercial breaks baked in. It's like the problem when you watch
a lot of these have that
because they're made for TV
on Disney. Yeah, they're made for TV. So like I probably just like for some reason with this one especially was like this is a series because
it's a TV show.
Breaks. Yeah. Anyway, I loved it. I mean, like, it's space sci-fi, like kind of. I don't know. It makes me think of Cadet Kelly too for some reason. I don't know. I have weird brain shit, but I love Zenon. I think she fucking slaps. I think the lingo shit is so fun. And I think, is like I think it's a good movie, but also, man, oh man, like it definitely was. I love that it was better when I was a little kid. I love it. I love it. And I'll defend it like to the end of the earth.
Stakes
you know
feel.
What I mean?
It's funny that like the like pressure of it, the situation feels much more dramatic watching it when you're a kid, even though like the stakes are really high. Like everyone in that space station is just gonna die. But like, it feels so much more dramatic when the guy is evil and no one believes her when you're just a kid.
Because you understand the feeling of being a kid and having adults not believe you because you're a kid, And
that's the magic of DCOMs.
Heck yeah. As for my feelings on this, it's been a super long time, I feel like, since I've seen this. But man, it is so much fun and absolute tragedy that putting my cards on the table. This and Halloweentown 2 are our first rounders because, dude, these are so much fun.
Yeah.
No sweat on.
Could have been a finals matchup for sure.
In my brain, yeah, it very much could have been. This is so fun. The quick trivia piece, because it sounds like the two of you have not seen the two other Zenons.
I've seen the Zenons.
He's seen the Zenons. So if you had to guess
I've seen the Zenons.
which character returns in every single movie,
Kalabar.
would you Kalabar? Would you guess that it is, I don't know, like one of the major supporting characters, like her main romantic interest or something, or is it Protozoa, musician who shows up for like
is
3
it
scenes?
Actually, Protozoa. That is so funny.
Lo and
I'm pretty
fucking
sure
behold,
it was like someone, like it was the dude. Like, there was some reason that he kept coming back. Like, it was like a funny, like...
Yeah, lo and fucking behold, Protozoa is in every single one of these. He was recast for the third one, though. Probably because the guy was like 40.
He sings the
yes,
song.
he's the musician.
Yeah. I think that's like there's just a cheeky way to get him to be there to sing the song.
Well, no, in the second movie, he is like a major character.
Yeah, because he was hot and he was singing the songs.
Yeah, he's hot. Which I just think is so funny. Diving right into these, does anyone have a point we want to take it from the top from?
Would you name your child Protozoa?
I just want to start out.
I don't think so.
All the kids are like on the space station. All of them have these like crazy space names, but like their parents are all from Earth. Like their parents
They
were
grew
all
up
born
on Earth.
Yeah.
Xenon lived on Earth for 5 years.
Her name is Zenon. Raven Simone's is Nebula. And then like all the people back on Earth are like
Greg,
Margie, Andrew, Matt, like Greg. Like why do these space kids have these crazy names?
Xenon's
There's no
parents,
reason for it.
She was born, and they were like, you know what? Zenon just seems like such a beautiful name for her. And she proceeded to live on Earth for 5 years with the name Zenon.
Yeah, right? Like, why?
I'd
why
name my kid Zenon.
Why do these people have these names?
Jake would do it.
Jake
Protozoa is pretty fucking metal.
Jake Odds.
Protozoa.
I think that's
Odds. You name your kid Zenon.
Oh, odds.
Yeah.
Give me 1 in 17.
1 in 17,
Okay.
my guy.
Yeah.
All right, Matt, count us down.
3, 2, 1, go.
16.
4.
Oh, thank God.
Fuck.
It's divisible, so I'll still do it.
On the flip side,
Oh, yeah, he has to do odds. You're right.
Kalabar naming his son Cal is so funny to me because there was someone in a writer's room that's like, how do we get the kids to pick up on the fact that this is Kalabar's son?
Okay. No. Because remember the scene randomly where all of a sudden she's like, I have like a date, or like I go into the date, and all of a sudden there's a cut of just his face looking evil, like superimposed on the screen. I don't need to know his name's Cal for that. I'm like, that motherfucker's evil.
They waste literally no time playing with the fact that he's secretly good. Like, he's weird when he first shows up, and then within like 3 minutes of his introduction steals the spell book, and you're like, oh, he's evil. Okay, yeah, no, he's a bad guy. Yeah. There's no red herring about it. It's just right there. Like, they want you from moment one not to be confused. He's not the good guy. And you want to know the real way I know that that's the case?
Leather jacket.
He showed not just a leather jacket, a leather blazer. He showed up to a Halloween party with a leather blazer. Damn, dude.
100%.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, the dad is like in normal clothes, and then the son is just like in a black turtleneck and a black leather blazer.
I always forget that they do the whole like that dad's a frog or like a golem.
He's a golem made of frogs.
Made of frogs. Is that a thing? Is that real in witch lore?
Is that golem?
Aren't we all golems made of frogs?
What do you mean real?
Okay. All right, motherfucker. All right, let's. We all know witchcraft's real, right? We can agree.
Well, the Hex Girls.
Yeah.
Wait.
We're
Okay.
Gonna put a spell.
I hate to interrupt, but talking about like this being real, at some point in this movie, Aggie says like, oh, we like made this new dimension, and Kalabar was always upset that we made a new dimension. And then when Marnie is like doing the spell to go back in time, at some point she goes back in time to a forest and there's a caveman. So when they made this new dimension, did they like make it like with a whole world history with cavemen and dinosaurs, and like did Halloweentown have that? Because I thought, like, isn't that such a weird thing?
Or is it like or is it like the Nether in Minecraft, where each location geolocates to a spot in the overworld? So when they, this is so dumb. This is such a dumb joke. So when they time traveled, they jumped through, and it just, geolocates them to some area in the regular world that corresponds to the coordinates in the Halloweentown.
But then
Halloweentown didn't exist yet.
Temporal issue.
But
that creates a temporal issue because like she only has until midnight to go back, but she's like no longer in that's also a huge problem. She's like time traveling in Halloweentown. She's time traveling in Halloweentown, but that doesn't affect how much time she has to get back to Earth. Like,
most because they hop in the black hole, and just instead of when they move forward in time, instead of giving themselves more time, like jumping like the day before so we can figure it all out, they go back to 6 minutes before midnight or whatever, and they're like, oh god.
Also, she totally could have ran through that door. Like, why didn't she just run through the door as it was closing? Fucking dummy.
I mean, plot.
What?
So remember when the entire time they're stuck in that guy's house who like, oh, I lost everything. They could have just jumped in the wormhole and like left at any point. There was no reason to go back in time.
Yeah, it was pretty sick though.
Also, what kind of wizard just like leaves his time strand laying about and loses it? That's crazy. What a dumb wizard.
In terms of our supporting characters here in Zenon and in Halloweentown, we've got a pretty large supporting cast in each of these movies. Do you guys have any favorites? Are you big Nebula stans? Do you like Marnie's little brother? Like who? How do we feel about the supporting characters?
I think Nebula kicks ass. I think Marnie's little brother is a big old butthole.
He is, and it sucks.
I don't like him.
He actually does get a lot of development in Halloweentown High. That's my pitch here, again, for Halloweentown High. And like his little like doses of magic or whatever, but he's so insufferable in this movie. Like, shut the fuck up. Why do you care? And like him trying to hit on like those women.
It's pretty cringe.
It's pretty cringe, dude. Like, get
your
the fuck
place,
away.
nerd.
Well, it's okay. So that's actually something I want to touch on is, they like try to play her as a bully. What is her name? Cindy.
Oh, the vampire girl?
Yeah, I think Cindy, right?
Girl. Yeah.
Is it Cindy?
What's your favorite scary movie, Cindy?
Like, she doesn't even like, she's not even like really mean to him. She's like,
not at all.
Did you maybe want to go to the dance? And she's like, you're not even in costume. He's like, well, and she's like, there's a prize for like grossest costume. And he's like, well, would that prize be a smooch? It's like the movie's trying to tell me
like if he
awful.
delivered that line like that, I think he could have gotten a smooch.
The movie's trying to tell me he's like, or she's like the mean bully character, and meanwhile, like the brother is just being like a, like kind of a creep.
Yeah, he clearly doesn't know how to talk to women. Like,
and then it turns out when he's talking to his mom that he's asked like 10 different girls to the dance, and I wonder if he pulled the same bit of like,
I'm sure he did.
Smooch time.
Smoochy. Like,
you're doing
Cal
such
turned the people wearing costumes. Cal turned the people in costumes into monsters, but the younger brother was the real monster the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I mean, he also dressed up in a fucking what's it called?
A sombrero and a poncho.
And a poncho.
A quick note I just want to throw out there, and then I have a couple things about Zenon I want to talk about.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Why does this like milquetoast white family own so many sombreros? There are like 6 of them in the background of a variety of shots.
Yeah, I guarantee they just thought it was like funny. Yeah.
Like, why is that your Halloween decoration? Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude.
Yeah,
like
it's pretty
And I was waiting, honestly, with these DCOMs for all the problematic shit. Because there's no doubt problematic shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
There's the Oedipus of it all, and then there's the racism of it all. And that is DCOMs in a nutshell.
By comparison, or not by comparison, these aren't comparisons. Well, a little one. In Zenon,
yeah, give
you
us
know,
a little
where
one. Give a little tiny one.
Where we have Dylan, the brother in Halloweentown, who's always trying to get in on the smooch, be gross about it. As Zenon, we get Greg, who, you know, just genuinely likes Zenon. And she's like, won't you kiss me, if you goddamn ghoul?
Yeah.
And then he fails. He doesn't do so good. And he's just trying, you know?
And you know what? I think Zenon is really impressive because, like, Zenon has an actual bully in it, and the bully, like, sucks and no one likes her, but, like, they have an actual bully in Zenon, you know?
Yeah, I want bullies in my DCOMs.
Well, like,
they have a bully that everyone only hangs out with because she's rich.
Yeah. Which is, I think, a very real thing. I knew people
High
like
School
that.
Musical.
Which is like, damn, dude. Also, the fact that Greg and his boy are like computer wizards that can hack into like the confidential database of a mega corporation that has had millions of dollars. What?
So good.
And they
so good.
And something I kind of love is they don't dwell on it. They just kind of like touch and go. Like, they're computer experts. All right, they have the data now. Okay, they reprogrammed this thing. Like,
I mean, are they wrong?
No fanfare about it, you know?
I love the hand waving that both of these movies do. When in Halloweentown 2, they're just like, oh, wait, you figured out how to reverse the spell. The spell is actually just one word, apart. It's like, no one in Halloweentown is saying apart and just like turning shit gray all of a sudden, like at random points in the history of Halloweentown. Like, come on.
Like, did you think they workshopped shit in the script to what sounds the best?
No. That was the first thing. They sat there for like 25 minutes and couldn't think of something, and someone's like, "Is it so fucking, you know, like apart trapper?"
Yeah,
and then they went.
I was hoping they do like, you know, I was hoping they do the word Jesus and then backwards sausage.
Thanks for that one, Jake.
yeah. God, I'm good at what I do here. At the Tough Cut.
So I was hoping it was like a race car situation. So
race
still
car.
just race car.
Which would be pretty funny for a spell.
Yeah, it really would.
So a similarity.
Honestly, there's no way to know that race car isn't a spell that just undoes itself immediately. Maybe it like makes people poop gold or something.
A similarity I actually want to talk about in both of these movies before these were running time, and I wish I could talk more about both of them. In Zenon, her parents, as she's boarding the shuttle, are like, we'll bring you back as fast as we can. They're the ones making her leave. Like, the head of the space station said it's their decision what they do for punishment for her. She doesn't have to go. What is bring her back as soon as you can mean? As soon as this all blows over? As soon as there's no more steam on the name? Like, what?
Stakes.
And by comparison, there's a very similar moment in Halloweentown where, you know, they made a spell so they can travel between Halloweentown and the real world at will. And the mother is like, oh, thanks to this workaround, they can go visit you anytime, Grandma. Like, or, you know, Mom, the mother's mother, the grandma character. And then immediately Granny is like, and I'll see you next Halloween. Which it's like your grandma could come visit you guys anytime, and she's like, nah, I'm out this. I'm going to Halloweentown forever. You guys fucking suck. They can come to me. I'm never coming to you guys.
Okay, so I love how nonchalant, like, Debbie Reynolds, also shout out Debbie Reynolds, she's great in Halloweentowns, but is about like, oh yeah, Marty's gonna stay with me for a year in Halloweentown. That's 10 years in Halloweentown time. That's like the most nonchalant, and the mom knows that too. That feels like 10 years. And she's like,
do they age differently in Halloweentown?
Honestly, don't know. I assume so.
So another, just a little thing related to that, how the time works is, it, you know, Agatha, the grandma, talks about the founding of Halloweentown, and Kalabar was alive for it too, I guess. But then they have Merlin's code. But I guess this isn't actually a point. It's just that they created Halloweentown relatively recently, and they were previously functioning on some kind of archaic, word of mouth laws.
That makes it even more confusing, because that means that Halloweentown wasn't created when there were cavemen. So, like, why are there cavemen in Halloweentown? It makes me so confused.
I don't know.
I am ready to vote, though.
No, I'm not ready, but I'm willing.
I can start us off.
Ooh, hot of you.
I'm putting
really
someone
attractive.
else in the hot seat. I'm like, am I ready? I guess I am. I would be remiss with myself, as much as I love Zenon Girl of the 21st Century, if I didn't vote for the ghouls and goblins. It is where my heart truly lie. So I'm voting for Halloweentown 2, Kalabar. Calabar's Revenge or Revenge? Yeah, Calabar's Revenge. I don't know why I thought it was Revenge of Kalabar.
No, that's the prequel series. The name of that character is Abar.
It's actually about Calabar's dad, Kalabar Bartholomew.
That's fun. What you voting for, Alex?
I, meanwhile, love the sci-fi vibes. Love that it's exactly the same on Earth in 20, 30 years. So I'm voting for Zenon.
Now, hearkening back, if anything, I'm philosophically consistent. And
it's super cut that with all the times Jakes goes, if anything, I'm philosophically inconsistent.
Look, man, I said it before. I'll say it again. I love ghouls and goblins. And, if you're a listener, if you're a fan, you're probably thinking, oh, he's voting for Halloweentown. And you'd be wrong, actually. I'm actually voting for Zenon because I love Halloweentown High more. That's controversial, fair. And I know.
Wow.
But I love Zenon as well. And Zenon's going to move on here.
I mean, I am not
Way to
unhappy.
Have two strong women to be our leads here, guys. We had very, female.
Yeah.
These were feminist movies, to be sure.
With that, I am not unhappy at all. With that outcome, because man, I've got so much shit to talk about with Zenon still.
Oh yeah.
So 2 episodes from now, it will be Smart House versus Zenon, and next episode, will be High School Musical versus Full Court Miracle and Can of Worms versus Minutemen. So get excited for those. We've got 4 more Disney Channel original movies.
You guys are gonna have to watch Can of Worms.
I'm upset about it.
I'm scared. So that should be super fun. We are having so much fun on this nostalgia trip back through Disney Channel originals. Please join us along the way and watch these movies. Because as Jake said, they defy good and bad. They are DCOMs.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're not long, so you guys have time to do them.
they're bite-sized viewing experiences.
And they're all on Disney Plus.
That's true. If you want to give the mouse some more cash.
Rich Mouse.
It's me. My name is Mouse. Please give me money.
This man just got his own.
Jake, you want to give out your Venmo again? I feel like it's about time. We haven't done it in a while. Want to give out your Venmo again?
2 episodes ago?
It's about time, guys. It's about time.
That if you enjoyed today's episode, rate us.
Send it to your best friend Major.
Oh yeah, do that.
Best friend Major. Don't send it to Cal. If any one of you are named Cal, I refuse to talk to you from now on. And I know someone named Cal, and they're a pretty cool dude.
If you get a rose,
but they might be an evil warlock.
If you get a rose from someone named Cal, you should know they're just doing it because their dad and them are into Cromwell witches.
Yeah, that was weird too. I also hate the trope of like.
We'll get into it. Save it for when we next talk about. Well, we won't be talking about it. We're not saving it.
I'll still bring it up. I'm crazy.
Thank you.
Man.
If you like the episode,
stop
follow us.
Letting them like the episode. Stop it. They're not allowed to like it.
If you didn't like the episode, review us and follow us on
Honestly,
all of your favorite
I'll take
podcast
that. I just
platforms.
want reviews. Come reviews.
On. We have more listeners a week than we do reviews, and that's kind of fucked up. Okay. What else do I say? Oh yeah, if you want more of us, you can follow us on social media at ToughCutPod, Instagram, Twitter, Letterboxd, all of your favorites. We're pretty sick out there. And sometimes you make a couple stinker tweets that no one likes. That's just how it goes. But I promise we're funny. This has been a chaotic episode, so I hope you've bared with us through it. Anything else, boys?
No.